Behind me is a real man's truck, 450 King Ranch. I'll include a link to the Ford and Park Cities website in the description down below. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get right into it. Under the hood is a 6.7 liter turbo diesel V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. It puts out 500 horsepower and then 1,200 pound-feet of torque. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help me out with that. Cab lights up top, of course, it's a dually, so you gotta have them. And then down below, very muscular hood in normal Ford fashion. Gigantic C-shaped lights. I mean, these lights are bigger than probably like two people's heads combined. And then you've got the chrome with the Ford logo. You've got a camera there at the bottom of the logo. Kind of like a brownish coloration for the bumper here. Fog lights, recovery points, giant air dam. Overall, the front end looks a bit more premium. Now, in order to accommodate for larger brakes, you have larger wheels. So 225 by 70 by 19.5 for the wheel entire setup. We also have gigantic fender flares to fit everything. You got the King Ranch F-450 badge, the red Power Stroke badge. You've got a step on either side to make accessing the bed a little bit easier. And yeah, look at those leaf springs. There's some chunky boys. And then here's your side profile. It's a crew cab with an 8-foot bed. It's a big truck. When it comes to key fob features, we've got our lock and unlock, remote start, tailgate drop down, and then the Ford logo on the back. LED lights in the bed. If you get the 40K tow package, you can tow 40,000 pounds with a fifth wheel gooseneck setup, which is crazy. And then we do have a ruler on the tailgate as well as the tailgate step. That wasn't enough, the tailgate's fully power. It's a little bit slow to raise though. Very boxy taillights, of course, King Ranch with the giant plaque on the back. You do have bumper steps there on either side too. And that will cap things off for the exterior of this King Ranch 450. This week's giveaway is all about muscle and luxury with two Cadillac V cars. The first of which is a CT5V Blackwing and the second is an Escalade V. Both these have supercharged V8s producing nearly 700 horsepower each. They also have tons of luxury and modern technology to match. Not only can you win both of these cars, but part of the giveaway is also $73,000 in cash to help pay for the taxes, and your donations go to help children's and veterans charities. Use code VHC or click the link in the description down below or in the pinned comment. This will give you 4x bonus tickets on any donation, $25 or more. Let's now check out the interior. This is why you get a King Ranch. Look at the leather there. You got a little bit of wood trim, and this also has power side steps. More of that beautiful leather here on the seats, perforated all down the center portion too. Legroom's great here in the back. You got nice kind of piping around the carpets, and then a little bit of storage there. We've got some cup holders in the back, heated seats, USB ports, vents. You can pick up the seats for even more storage if you want. And then headroom back here is pretty darn good. Let's now check out the front. Keyless entry, by the way. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. The mirrors power extend out, power folds, and they've got all the fun features. We also have memory seats built in with this. There's the functions for the mirrors and then to adjust them as well. Front two windows are automatic. You got another King Ranch logo and more of that beautiful leather trim. Payload capacity is 4,891 pounds, and then our gross vehicle weight rating is 14,000 pounds. King Ranch there in the seat, again perforated all down the center section. Power adjustments on the side with lumbar support too. To the left of the steering wheel, you've got your light controls, pedal adjustment too. And let's now take a look at the interior. So starting with the steering wheel, you've got that rugged King Ranch leather there. King Ranch logo at the bottom. Practical controls in the front face for the center digital cluster for your adaptive cruise control. There's a column shifter there on the back. It does have a little plus and minus, so you can manually shift the gears. Full digital cluster here in the center. It is customizable, so we can go to like column view, for example, if it'll select it. So yeah, you can change what is actually displayed, and then it also display other items like your drive modes, for example. This basically has modes for both on-road, off-road use, towing as well. That wasn't enough tech for you. We've got a heads-up display. You've got more nice trim all across the dash. 360 camera system, great resolution, and you notice above the screen there's your diesel exhaust brake and hill descent control. As for the rest of the screen, you've got a shortcut bar here at the bottom. It is pretty quick to respond, and the King Ranch does come with the massaging seats just like the other loaded up trucks, and then you have the side tab which you can use to change what that also displays. Pro trailer backup assistant, we got trailer brake controls, and then this does have a part-time four-wheel drive system with high and low, It also has the drive modes built into that area. Dual zone climate controls with heated and ventilated seats. We also have our radio controls just up above, and then little shortcut buttons for like the camera, for example. Phone charging pad in that area. We've got storage in front of it, some nice trim on the side, and there's a little bit of storage down below next to your knee. We've got a big center console, another King Ranch logo. There's more King Ranch logos there on the glove box with the wood trim. Got a little button up top for the power sliding rear window, 6 auxiliary switches, brown headliner, panoramic sunroof. Something like this is going to set you back over $100,000. Let's see how it performs. Let's set off in this beast of a truck. Like I said, this is a real man's truck. Because we all know... Actually, I don't think I'm going to be able to fit down this. Let's see... Yeah. I think we'll be fine. Anyways, we all know half tons are for Starbucks sipping sissies. Real men drive diesels. You gotta say, I think that's the proper, it's not diesel, it's diesel. That's the proper way to say it. And real men drive dualies. Because if you aren't driving a dually, that means you aren't actually hauling. You know what I mean? So, right off the bat, I mean, this interior is just beautiful. I am such a sucker for the King Ranch. I mean, this is as nice as it gets. Actually, we're gonna turn the other way since those RVs are gonna be going slow as molasses down the road. Now the high output power stroke, yeah, this thing's stupid quick for being, I mean, okay, so 4,700, 14,000. This thing weighs over 9,000 pounds. This truck weighs over 9,000 pounds, and it's fast. Think about that. The math ain't math. I mean, it does technically math because you got 500 horsepower, 1,200 pound-feet torque. But at the same time, it's like, how is this possible? This shouldn't feel fast, but it does. So let's get a massage going on. And this is incredible. I mean, for, again, what is basically a semi-truck in full-size pickup truck clothing, it is incredibly comfortable too. You know, I sold Rams for years, and I'm a sucker for the Cummins, don't get me wrong. It's still my favorite diesel engine. But Ford just performs some magic wizardry with the suspension in their HD trucks. Ford's more comfortable than General Motors and more comfortable than Ram. At least with the, you know, the big rigs, right? The 3500 series and the 4500 series. And the thing that's cool about Ford is, I mean, to my knowledge, they're the only ones that offer a 4500 series with a regular bed, right? Because with Ram, it's cabin chassis, and same thing with Chevy. And so Ford's like, yeah, you can get the extra stopping power and everything, and you can still have a regular bed. And I think that's why the 450 is so popular, because Ford kind of has the market cornered on this in a sense. With Chevy and Ram, it's like, unless you're willing to spend some money and put your own bed on it, well, it's a little bit of a different setup, or do a flatbed, which, you know, a lot of people like flatbeds, but just like I said, it's a different setup. It's definitely a different setup. Man, I will say this is so easy to drive. And the steering's like, you gotta remember, this is a solid axle front and rear vehicle. The steering's super precise. I don't need a diesel truck, but if I ever bought one, man, I would be tempted to buy a Ford. Like, look at that. This is fast. And it's comfortable. I'm not getting the, like, I can feel the back end a little bit, but it's not doing the whoomp, whoomp, whoomp that you get in the Ford and the Ram. Or not the Ford, the Chevy and the Ram. Jeez, getting my manufacturers mixed up. So, to conclude, rough steering wheels. You know why? Because if you got rough hands, like, this feels nice. You know what I mean? Like, this is the type of person that drives this truck is the type of dude that shakes your hand just nice and gently. Or at least from his perspective, is nice and gently, and then your bones break a little bit, you know what I mean? And then he goes, "You got soft hands, brother." That's who drives this type of truck. And it's a cool truck, and I understand it. So, this is in a class all of its own. Ram and Chevy do not offer what Ford offers in this 450 segment in terms of basically just getting a regular truck with a regular bed from the factory. Super easy to order. You got to do flatbeds or conversions with those, which is a bit of a pain. You know what I mean? So let me know what you guys think about the King Ranch 450. But this is the ultimate workhorse of a truck, 40,000 pounds towing, and it just, the theme, this is like, when I think of a rancher's truck, this is what I think of.